Hey everyone, welcome to Module 5, Section 8, Act and Reflect. In the previous video, Laura talked about two of the elements of the discipleship circle, bringing things into community and then making a plan. In this video, we want to talk about how to carry out that plan and then what reflecting on that plan actually means. But let me ask you this, how often have you made a plan for something and never actually started that plan? We do this all the time in life, right? Dieting plans, reading plans, exercise, date nights, intentionality with the kids, whatever it is. Think about the last New Year's resolution that you actually did. Did you know that 23% of people quit their New Year's resolutions within the first week of January? I wonder if that takes into consideration the number of people who form a New Year's resolution before New Year's, but who never even actually start it come January 1st. And look, I'm not bashing this kind of thing because I have found myself firmly in this boat for a lot of my life. I love the idea of planning, but the execution is always far more difficult. And from what I can tell, it doesn't quite matter if the plan that you're making for yourself comes from a positive perspective or a negative perspective. Meaning if you were trying to make a plan to do more mountain biking, which is a fun and positive thing, you're psyching yourself up for it because it's fantastic. And then what happens? Nothing, or you stop in a few weeks. Or if you're trying to make a plan to lose weight, yes, that is a positive thing, but it's looking at yourself in a negative light as I'm too heavy, and so the plan is to make yourself less heavy. And then what happens? Nothing. You stop, right? Or maybe we try things for just a week or two and then we just completely give up. Plans are easy to form, but they're difficult to execute. Have you ever made a Bible reading plan for yourself? I once did a read the Bible once in a year plan, and I finished it in 3.5 years. So I guess I only partially failed in that, but this is normal for us. And it's not because we're all the worst versions of ourselves, that are constantly failing. Making plans like this almost always comes out of a desire to improve something about ourselves. The problem is that we set goals without making a plan that will actually walk us through the rigorous ups and downs of executing that plan. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I am a certified personal trainer with CrossFit. And so I run a gym out of my garage at my house. And one of the things I have noticed about basically everyone that I coach is that everyone shows up for the first time very excited. They're ready and they're willing to put in the work. We like improving. But where people begin to fall away is the second and third time that they actually come to work out. Because after that first workout, no matter how many times I have told people this, how sore they're going to be and how it's going to take 6 weeks of consistent working out for your body to actually move through the shock of doing something that is actually so much more rigorous and new, like CrossFit, they feel that first day of soreness and think, man, I cannot live like this. And so typically the people that fall away do so after the first 3 workouts. But the more you come, the more you push through the soreness and discomfort, then by week 6, you're still going to be sore after a workout, but your body will have gotten used to that kind of activity, and the soreness lasts maybe only half of a day rather than an entire week. And you notice that you can do so much more in every arena of life. It's the same with people's discipleship. You may help a person come up with a plan for whatever it is, developing a spiritual discipline or answering a big life decision or making a huge, answering questions, and then coming up with the plan is fun, right? It's exciting, it's inspiring. But stepping into the plan becomes less so because you are no longer in the clouds of what could be. You're on the ground floor of what is. And most of the time, people get stuck in seeing what is, that they become paralyzed to take the first step into what could be. This is why when you are developing a discipleship plan, you aren't throwing the entire global library of spiritual development at a person. You start with small steps that are easy to take, which then position them to take another small step, and then another small step, and then another, right? You know, one of the reasons that I became a CrossFit coach was because I love being with a person while they are suffering through a really hard workout. And I realized that sounded a little bit sadistic, but it's true. I want to be with a person while they are fighting the pain that comes from forming their bodies into what is healthy and good for them. You know, there's no workout that will produce actual health and fitness that won't cause pain and discomfort along the way. And this is really important. There are some workout programs out there that will try to convince people that they're not going to feel it, but somehow you're going to gain all these results that you desire. But that's just simply a lie. And here's the truth. We can come up with a plan for helping any of you achieve real fitness. Like, seriously. I don't know you, I don't know your fitness goals, but I can come up with a plan that will get you fit. But if I fail to be in the gym with you when you just simply want to give up because it's getting hard and you're feeling pain, then you will almost always, without fail, bail and remain unhealthy. See, my job as a coach is to help you come up with a plan based on your fitness goals and then be standing with you when you have one more push-up to do, but your body is saying, I'm done. See, this is your job as a discipler when someone is executing their plan that you have helped them come up with. Because any plan of discipleship that will lead to greater spiritual health will experience some sort of heartache and frustration and even pain along the way. And the discipler who helps build a plan and then walks away, leaving the disciple to execute it all on their own, all alone, is setting themselves up for failure. So this first word is simply act. Once you have the plan, you just execute. Problem is that people are not machines with software that once programmed will just magically and easily succeed and produce the outcome. We have to be present with people in the midst of them executing and acting on their plans if we want them to succeed. So what is an example of how this actually looks? You know, I like to read books with people rather than give them books to read and then walk away and hope that they actually read them. There have been many times when I was looking for discipleship help and the people that I asked would give me these books to read, and I'm sure that they were fantastic books, but that tends not to be the way that I operate, just simply reading a book on my own. And so I'm sure that I have some excellent books on things that I've struggled with in the past, but I never actually read them. So I invite people to read a book with me, and then we will discuss what we are reading every few weeks together. You know, another way of doing this is to say, we're going to make a plan to pray. And so we're going to pray every morning for 2 weeks. And then every morning I will send you a text just saying, hey, I just finished my prayer time and I hope yours went well also. Sometimes you can't do the plan with another person, so instead you're going to send regular prayer prompts or schedule regular times to get together. But in all of it, what you are saying is, one more rep. You got this. Let's keep moving. Let's keep going. And then as you are finishing the plan, one of the most important aspects of the discipleship circle is to reflect on that plan with the person. See, in reflecting, you are inviting a few questions into the conversation. How did you do? What did you learn about yourself or about God or about other people? What was confusing? What went well? And then I think the best question, what's next? In reflecting, you are wanting to determine if what you all came up with was actually effective. And if it was, then that's awesome. But but where do you go from there? And if it wasn't effective, then why? And what would we change to do it better next time? Reflecting gives you both a chance to discern whether you understood God's intention for the moment or not. And if you did, then you keep moving forward. And if you didn't, then you can go back and you can reassess, and you can, you can do new plans. Without reflection, it's difficult to actually see the progress that is actually being made. So that is the two parts of the discipleship circle: acting on the plan and reflecting on the entire process. In the next video, Laura is going to talk about what it means to end the circle, to end a discipling relationship.